Everyone, and welcome to Quebec Moto 1. So this is going to be our sixth round Rallycross season. Sixth round on the Rallycross season. Second Triple Crown. So of course, we did our first Triple Crown. It's the Joker action there. A little bit of cave cheese. Yeah, we did our first Triple Crown a few weeks ago. Did it with Minnesota. So as long as you don't have too bad of a memory, probably remember that one. So that was our first one. We do 3 in the season. We'll do another one for the last round here in a few weeks. This is the one in the middle. And as you can see, this one has one of the cheesier jokers that we have on the schedule. Definitely some potential for some cheese here with that exit jumps right into the lane. So we'll have to see how that ends up. If anything happens for any positions with that. And also, it's like kind of a factor in this race, too. You got to be careful with your jokers, not just for getting good strategy, but also you don't want to... Maybe you do want to land on someone. I mean, ideally, you want to land in front of somebody, but you don't want to get, like, landed on, or sometimes you don't want to land on somebody because it could work out for you, it could not, so it just kind of depends. It'll be an interesting dynamic in this race. So winners of the heats, Detail and Soul, so they're going to be starting those first 2 spots on the front row. Unfortunately, we get hit with this frame rate cheese, but I think it'll be fine when we're in the race. And then Luke, and then Hunter, Roman, Solange, and then Opix, Vulcan, Camby, and then Armada and Matt. Rounding out the field for this one. Why do I feel like... Huh. I guess that does work. I don't know why I thought we had another person in this race, but I guess we don't. Anyways, Nade's out. It's going to be 47 checkpoints. It's 23 laps. Going to be doing 2 jokers as we normally do. I think it's because we're missing Coop, and I just kind of, just kind of miss him. Anyways, green flag. So as you can see, this is, I like to call it the first turn. It's the first turn, Slaunch getting cheese. It's the first turn of the start of the race. Not the first turn of the lap, technically. The lap actually ends after it. We got a 3 wide for the lead already. Oh, that was close. Wow. Really aggressive lead battle action already off the rip on Quebec, and oh my god, they go back into a 3 wide. It's Luke around the outside, Detail in third, Soul going for the lead. Settle it out, and it looks like unless Luke can get enough of a run, but not going to. Soul going to lead the first lap down, but Luke to the inside. This might open the door for Detail as well. This lead battle's still going on, and that's what I was hoping for with this track. I feel like this track is more of an intermediate on the schedule, but it should lend itself to some pretty cracked battles potentially, and that's what I was hoping for, and I'm thankful that that's what we're getting right now at the start of Moto 1. Pretty aggressive battle action for the lead. We'd love to see that. We even get a little 4th place fight here. This is Roman and Hunter going at it right there, 4th and 5th place. Roman just not going to get that run off the exit of the oval turn. Another lap down. Going through the trees. Soul still leading him down. Detail having a look to Luke's inside, but is this going to work? It's going to be hard to make a pass there. You have to, I mean, you have to really, like, complete it. Oh, I think that was, let's see, is that Roman lighting? There we go. Yeah, it was. Okay, so Hunter went in for a joker right there. Now let's see. It might be kind of spicy. There's Slaunch trying to recover from that. There's Matt and Armada battling. Slaunch trying to recover from that very beginning of the race incident. Wait, no, he's going to come out the back. Okay, so no Goomba cheese there. Not quite yet, but we'll try to keep an eye out for it because it could potentially happen in the race. On board with 3rd place. Oh, I must have missed it. So this is the lead battle still. Yeah, just a few laps into this race. Again, Soul leading him down. Luke 2nd, Detail 3rd. They're battling very aggressively in the start of this one, and now it's settled out a little bit. So now that it's singled out, I wonder if we'll see any Joker cheese. I kind of want to see what's going on here, too. This is Matt trying to hold off Opix right there, I think. Joker coming out for Armada makes sense, because we saw him and Matt battling there earlier. You saw some pressure from Roman from behind. Soul getting close again, so 1-2 pretty close, 3-4 pretty close. 5th is Camby right now. Camby kind of on his own. I think Soul went really wide right there. He kind of caught the end of it. So he lost some time, but it wasn't a big enough mistake for a pass to get made. But now he's definitely got some pressure from behind. Luke right behind in 2nd. Soul holding on to this lead. Soul having, I believe he got a 2nd place finish. I can't remember which moto it was. I feel like it was the first moto at our last round. So that was a good little momentum boost for him. And, you know, starting off the night with a heat win, and so far so good in this first moto. It's a good look for him. Trying to get on that top step of the podium. Not the easiest thing to do. The season, these rallycross tracks are brutal. Lot of room for error. You really have to, like, cover all your bases on these tracks. Plenty of ways. This one's one of the more tame ones, I would say, but even then, you have, like, one of the conkiest Joker exits, so, you know, even though this is probably one of the tamer ones in general, you still have a Joker exit that could just absolutely cheese your race if you're not careful enough. All these rallycross tracks have something like that. It's part of what makes them interesting. I was wondering if we'd see some Joker action right there. Nobody biting it. Kind of looked like, I think that was Slaunch maybe going to do it, but not quite yet. So battle for the lead still pretty close. And still probably one of the closest battles that we have on track, honestly, at this point. Taking the line, going to be going to checkpoint 15 this time, 7 laps in, 23-lap race. That's another thing that I was saying in one of the recaps. The beginning of the season started off with a lot of the longer lap time tracks, and then now in the back half of the season, we're getting a lot of the tracks. Oh, Luke going to go in for the first Joker, or his first Joker. We'll see. This could be a spicy one, maybe. We'll see how this works out. We'll see him come through the glass there. Like that part of the track. The way this Joker works out is crazy. Oh, it might be good. Oh, right in front of Roman. That's honestly pretty big because Roman hasn't taken a Joker yet, so kind of suck. Luke comes out behind Roman right there, but comes out just in front of him. But let's see. Roman's still fighting on the inside, but Luke's got the momentum on the outside. Complete the pass right there. That's a pretty big moment. Now let's see what Soul does. He is going to try to defend. He's going to take his Joker as well. We'll see him come through the glass as well. See where he comes out. Might be close with Detail, and he's going to come out behind Detail. But he does accomplish his goal there. I'm thinking gets out in front of Luke. So that's them in 2nd and 3rd now. Soul then Luke. 1st is Detail, but he hasn't taken a Joker yet. 4th is Roman, but he also hasn't taken a Joker yet. And I haven't talked about it yet, but that actual first turn right there, not the first turn of the race, but first turn of the lap, that long sweeper, probably the most important turn on the track, I would say. And interestingly enough, I mean, we'll see throughout the race, we see some drivers develop some different ways of attacking that corner. It's probably my favorite corner on the track because of that. We'll see it with multiple drivers taking different approaches and different philosophies going into that one. But I like that turn because you go into it with so much speed from the previous oval turn. It's just a long sweeper, and it's just tricky. It's just hard to get a good line through there. And I think that's probably the biggest, most important turn of the track, honestly, is that sweeper. I think that's where most of the time can be gained or lost. I mean, if you make a mistake right there, you can swing out really wide. If you nail it correctly, I feel like you can gain quite a bit of time. Yeah, I think that's probably the most important turn on the track. But this is virtually battle for the lead right now, back on. Lucan back to Soul's bumper. Again, I think Soul having a better Joker lap. Luke going to try to make a move on the inside there. Not going to get the momentum, so Soul is going to still hold it off. This battle for the lead going on multiple laps, and like I was saying, that's what I was hoping for. I was thinking this could be a battle track, but there it is. Moving the sweeper. Can Soul get back to the right side here? He's going to try, but he's not going to be able to, so that's going to be huge. That was effectively a move for the lead there. But it's not over yet. Soul's still right behind. He didn't lose too much. He didn't get put in the wall or anything. So he's still right there in the battle. And honestly, the battling, Detail probably likes to see that in the lead. Because with his Joker strategy, you know, having Luke and Soul battle behind him, that'll help him out definitely in the position that he's in. If Roman could join in on this battle, that would help him even more. But Roman's lost a little bit on these last few laps. And yeah, he's definitely lost a little bit of time there. Not too much, though. I mean, he's still hanging around. He's still, like, a mistake away from being in this fight. But again, it's really Luke and Sol for the win right now because of Roman and Detail not taking a Joker, them being done with one. I mean, that's the battle for the lead right now. Probably have to see some pretty cracked mistakes or something like that to get one of them into the lead battle. Detail probably, I would say, like, third. I'd say it's pretty safe. He's, you know, effectively third right now, even though he's leading. And it's getting pretty spicy. Luke now starting to close the gap. So we could see an opening here. We could see a fight for the on-track lead. And that's an interesting move because Detail going in. Luke's going to just kind of have to take the Joker with him there. So that might be an unplanned Joker. We're going to see how this one comes out. So obviously, Sol's going to go back to the lead. Oh, get some cheese from Matt. That's not going to help him out. They come out. So that's Detail's first Joker. Luke done with the Jokers now. Farthest driver up on track, done with both Jokers. But the farthest driver up, done with one, is Sol right here. We'll have to see when he takes that second one, where he works out, because that battle with him and Luke is still essentially the lead battle. And then Roman's just there with none taken. He's just kind of in the mix. And he's going to take one right there. And Detail's going to take his second as well. That would have been pretty bad. Luke can't take the Joker with him that time. So got to be careful on the brakes there. We'll see how these guys come out. So Roman, that's his first. Detail coming out behind him, but he is done. And he's done. And he's definitely, I would say, like a safe third place right now. Probably going to need some help if he wants to get up to that lead. But yeah, I would say a safe third place from right now. It could get kind of sketch, you know, if he gets stuck behind Roman or something. But I think Roman's pace is pretty decent, so I don't think that'll be a problem. I'm trying to look to see. I don't want to miss it. When Sol takes his Joker here, because when Sol takes his Joker, that's when we're going to find out, you know, what the lead of this race is looking like. I mean, that's going to be what it comes down to here. We actually have a battle here. This is a battle, top 5 battle between Camby and Slaunch. Slaunch sending it to the inside, but not going... Oh, he does get the momentum steal. Very well done right there out of Slaunch. Not bad. That's one of the better inside sticks that I've seen right there. He did it cleanly, too, and he's going to make the move and take the pass. Very well done out of Slaunch right there. And here it is. Sol went in for that Joker. Here it is. It's close. And honestly, with the lap cheese and with Luke already being in front, I mean, that was honestly closer. Like, in my opinion, that was closer than I thought it would be. But Sol's doing a good job, and he's I think he's running really well in the Joker, honestly. I think his Joker laps have just been really good. And here's a move for third place. And again, Detail essentially has third place anyways, but this will help him out. Roman still has that other Joker. He's going to do a good job holding that position. Does Roman send it back? Roman having a look to the inside, but not quite. All right, let's get an update. So 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go as we just crossed the line. Let's get a run through the field right now. Most of the Jokers probably ran through, so it's Luke, then Sol, and then it's Detail, then Roman, Slaunch. Oh, running wide. Then Camby, Hunter, and Matt. And Vulcan. Sorry, I get confused with Vulcan because his colors do not look that similar to Roman, but on this track in particular, they kind of do. We got the nighttime races. We're racing at night in Canada. Oh yeah, I just realized we really fucked up the scheduling of these, huh? Probably don't want to be running in Canada these weeks. My bad, boys. My bad. Sorry about that. So these drivers, I forgot to mention that. You got to factor that in. These drivers running at Canada back-to-back weeks, you got to think the air quality going to be factoring in. To the performance of these guys. And that was the F. That was the F. Oh, there he is. Camby, unfortunate. He died. He died mid-race. So remember when I was talking about the air quality, man? Fuck. I'm going to hold the L on that one. So we're going to be going to 3 to go. this time by, and something must have happened those last couple laps. Luke's really stretched the gap, so this is the lead gap right now. Those last few laps must have went pretty well. Soul's still second, and it's kind of opening up the door. Detail must have also had some pretty good laps, so he's getting kind of close there too. Slaunch, honestly having a pretty good comeback. He's kind of like getting there as well. And that opens up the door. So Roman, I'm going to assume he like took his Joker somewhere in there. Roman, I think, is like on for that 5th place now. So that sucks. I don't know what Camby's Joker situation was, but it looks like he was like in the running for that top 5, and now like Roman's just going to kind of have it, and Camby's just going to get an F, like a mulligan on the scorecard, if he can recover. I mean, I don't know if we got the medical crew to him in time, but that looks pretty rough. I mean, he was literally knocked out on the track. I mean, I think I saw a couple drivers literally run over him, so... But he is an elite, so maybe the immune system, maybe they're a little bit different in that regard. I don't know. Maybe he can just get back to it. All right, so going to this checkpoint, we're going to be going to the white flag this time by. One more lap around for the first moto at Quebec, and I think Soul actually had a pretty good lap that last time around. The gap really got stretched, but I feel like he might have gained a little bit on that last lap, or at least maintained it. He's been reeling it back in. But yeah, last lap around, watch for any mistakes, because that would be like what would switch it up at this point. I don't think it's going to be anything on track. We saw some good battles in this moto, but things started to separate towards the end, which, I mean, to be fair, that's usually how, Moto 1s go. Not always, but it's a little more rare. We usually get the cracked battles that last the entire race in the later ones. Still a good race nonetheless. Got some good battle action. That's going to be the race. Luke taking first, Soul taking another 2nd place spot in the podium. Detail going to come home in 3rd, Slaunch 4th. Roman will hold on to that 5th place. Let me get my visual aid here. Hunter 6th, Vulcan 7th, Opix going to be taking 8th place. Armada 9th in this one, Matt 10th, and again, Camby unfortunately going to be taking home 11th. That really sucks. Again, for an explanation on it, the GP tracks, I think it's a little bit easier to do the black screen cautions on GPs for a very obvious reason. No jumps. But the problem with it in Rallycross is, like, I'll give you an example. So think about Phoenix. Let's say a driver is like a few hog lengths away from taking the Joker jump, and then I say stop. Like, what do you do? You kind of have to take the jump, and then you're like gaining an advantage. Otherwise, you're just fucking yourself. So, I don't know. It just kind of sucks in the RX series. I feel like this is not a good way to go about it. But hopefully the internet cheese gets better. I don't know why that's happening with people. But again, Luke, Soul, Detail, that's going to be the podium for Moto 1. Got to get a little reset. Don't want to get cheesed on the film like we did with Minnesota. So we're going to get everything reset, ready to go. See you guys in a bit for Moto 2.